Welcome back to our podcast. This is R&R Time with Ruben and RyLee, where we talk about marriage, parenting, kids, have a weekly event session, and whatever other random stuff we want to talk about. So thank you for tuning in. We are
Thanks for
back again
tuning
this
in.
week. This is going to be a 30-minute episode. So
No, don't say that. We don't know. We're going to go with the
if you're
vibe.
if you're listening and you see the time thing on the bottom that says 1 hour, 30 minutes, it's because
Well,
we got lost in conversation and it's a really good episode. But ideally,
otherwise,
I'm
if
planning
it's
for
30 minutes, it's not a good episode.
It's midnight, so I need to go to bed.
Okay,
So
listen, we always record these at midnight, so it's just become our thing. We're just a couple trying to do a podcast after our kids go to bed. And it takes a while to do that and to get everything set up. And the reason why we said this was going to be a 30-minute episode is because I'm feeling a little under the weather. I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is not so hot. And I keep coughing and it just kind of hurts a bit. So I told Ruben, let's do it because our goal right now is consistency. Even if it's a shorter episode, that's fine. And he was all for that, as you can see.
as long as it actually lasts 30 minutes. So
This is why I have to force you to talk to me. This is why we have a podcast. He's like, please, let's not chat this long. But it's going to be great.
let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it, Ruben. All right, sweet and salty.
Sweet. You want to go first? Or you want me to go
Sure,
first?
I'll go first.
All right, you go
Okay,
first.
my sweet, I shared a little bit on Instagram, but our previous episode, we talked about family traditions. And we talked about something that we do as a family called Family Home Evening. And we usually have like a spiritual lesson, a spiritual thought, and we each take turns preparing this lesson. And our 3-year-old had the idea of doing church at home. And we set it up for her. We kind of mimicked it. She wanted like a stage. And so we set up like a stage. We pulled out the karaoke microphone. We had a microphone. And what else did we do? Oh, we set up her stuffed animals for an audience. And then she just really loved sharing whatever thoughts came to her mind in the microphone.
She just loves being loud. And so if you give her a microphone, she can be extra loud and she loves that. So.
Well, she literally was like, I'm hiding, guys, upstairs. She was like hiding under a blanket in the corner. She was talking in the microphone so we could just hear her. We couldn't see her. And my favorite part is she was like, I have a microphone, so I'm happy. And it was just the cutest thing because she honestly planned this like start to finish. She had so many ideas for this thing. And so it actually was my turn technically to teach. But when she had all these ideas just coming, I was like, okay, let's roll with it. Because when we try to be like, oh, Elsie, it's your turn, she doesn't really come up with much usually. It's like, okay, help mommy figure something out,
Yeah.
But she just had these ideas. And so, in child development, there's something called child-led play or let the child lead, right? And so I just kind of followed her lead and we set it up the way she wanted. And it was actually so cute and so
she
fun.
owned it and she wanted to be in charge and
she was so proud. And she loved that we are like all, first of all, I think she loved that we helped make her idea come to life. Like we were actually doing it and following her lead. And that gives her like confidence. And she just was like so happy, It was really cute, which is the power of like child-led play, But anyways, that was my sweet because it was so fun. It turned out to be really sweet, even though every time we do family home evenings, they're really chaotic. And she's like running around, grabbing the mic from everybody, yelling random things into the microphone. But it was fun and she was so excited about it.
Yeah, that was a great sweet. Okay, my turn. My sweet, I think my salty and my sweet both have to do with soccer. My sweet is that we had our girls' first tournament in Park City this last weekend. Before the tournament, the night before, we went to Salt Lake Royals game. That's the professional women's soccer team in Utah. and just overall got to spend more time with the parents on the team and also a lot of the girls, and being able to watch our girls interact with their teammates and actually create friendships. So I think my sweetest was just like feeling that and feeling like this is a good club. You know, these girls, our daughters, are part of a good team. There's a lot of really cool girls on their team that are really genuinely nice.
And not just the girls, the
The
families, the
families.
coaches.
Yeah, so like I think that's my sweetest, just feeling, being receiving confirmation that this was a good choice to go with Avalanche. Like this was our only, like we were like we don't really know what club we want to join for the girls.
Yeah, so let's
So
just
let's just
pick one,
pick
and
one,
then if we
and
decide to do something different later, we can.
yeah, we can. But honestly, it ended up really well, really good, and parents are all great. That's always one thing
I
you
mean,
worry
we'll
about
probably
too.
find one we don't like later. Just kidding.
Nah,
Just teasing.
everyone's been great. The tournament in Park City was great. The girls got to spend a lot of time together. We got to talk to a lot of the parents, get to know them a little bit more. And honestly, if you're not in club soccer or club sports, um, then you don't really know. But you spend a lot of your time with these people.
Yeah, like majority.
Practices,
And
games, trainings, and
our
so
this is who our kids are surrounded by, right? So like your environment shapes who you are and who you become, and
right.
so
And
it's
our
all
girls
really
are
important.
our girls are going to be homeschooled this year, so we know that these are going to be some of their like
Main
main
social
social friends, and
interactions.
so it's been great for us, at least for me, to see the kind of people that they're surrounding themselves with, and so yeah, just feel grateful that they're part of good teams,
Yeah,
have good
I
teammates.
genuinely have enjoyed like all my conversations with all the parents, and I really like our coaches on both teams. Like I just
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
we've got some really good quality coaches, easy to talk to. We'll see how the season goes. Might have mixed feelings later. Just kidding.
yeah. I
But
mean, yeah,
it's
we'll see how
really
this.
nice when you do tournaments. Like, man, it's exhausting, but it's really nice to get to know the girls and the families better because we spend a lot of time together. And now I feel like I actually can put like a face to the name for a lot of like the players and things.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I'm still even learning. I know some of the girls, but I'm
but
still
like
learning their
adults will
names.
take
But
us a lot longer, but
yeah,
still um it's nice to like have that time, and we're just jumping right into another tournament. The crazy thing to me is literally this tournament is from Tuesday to Saturday. Like middle of the week and so many days. Which is just wild
yeah.
because in Vegas it wasn't like that. Like it was
Well,
3 max.
between two girls, there's only 3 games guaranteed still. But between two girls, it's even more,
Yeah.
right?
That's
So
true, but still it's like in the middle of the week, which is just wild to me.
yeah, I guess it's a summer tournament, so they kind of expect
Yeah, but
the
like
girls are going to be
adults have
off.
jobs.
I know, but they're like, you put your kids in club, you're willing
Yep.
to sacrifice,
You're
so
willing to
you signed
figure
up
it
for this.
out. They don't care to hear us complaining about that. They're like, make it work, please. So,
Yeah,
anyways, that'll be fun to see how they do this tournament, especially because they've got the first one under their belt. It's always fun to see like how they start meshing together as a team. And I feel like it's just going to go uphill from here. You know?
yeah. Do you want me to do my salty?
Yeah.
Since mine has to do with soccer still.
Yes.
My salty still with soccer. Great tournament. The first 2 games, great for both girls. Emily's team got to the semifinals. Livy's team made it to the finals. And man, were they close games.
Mm.
And I guess my salty is that they didn't win. And that they were this close. And honestly, like,
Like even Emily's game in the semis.
yeah, Emily's game in the semifinals. So they what was this?
So they went into overtime.
They were up 1-0 for most, up until like the last minute.
Yeah.
They were
Literally at the
winning up
end.
until like the last minute of the game, or maybe 2 minutes, very very end of the game, and the other team scored to tie it.
Yeah.
and
So then it goes to
and
overtime.
so it forced it into overtime. If they would have held just a little bit longer, they would have just won.
Yeah.
Right, but that last few minutes, they let them score, which forced them into overtime. They did 5-minute halves, Still no scores, so which then went into penalty kicks, and they lost in penalty kicks, and that was just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The other thing with that game is we didn't feel like our daughter played her best,
Yeah.
or not just played her best, but
She didn't
didn't
get
give her best effort.
Well, I don't even think
You know,
that. I think that was maybe part of it. I think she had some great moments. I think it was, I mean, yes, she didn't play her best, but also because of that, like she was sat out a lot of the game. So she didn't play a lot.
she cried on the
She,
sideline because she wasn't getting enough playing time.
did she? Was she crying during the game?
Yeah, she was. You didn't see?
No, I thought she was just crying when we were
No,
talking to her.
she cried during the game, and when her coaches took her out, she pouted and she was crying. And I could see that. But also, I could understand it from the coach's point of view.
Listen, I'm one of those parents that I'm like, if my kid is not showing up the way that's helping the team, please pull her.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a
you know
tournament
what?
game.
It's
It's
a
a
good
semifinal
learning
game.
experience.
The goal of the tournament is to win the tournament. And if you're not producing, you're not at least putting in your best effort. And we know if she puts in her best effort, she's going to contribute.
She does so
She's going to do well. But
if she shows up.
In this game, like it just was frustrating me because I was like, Emily, I know you could do more.
Yeah.
Like you're just not trying, or you're just not putting yourself out there enough. Anyways, but we still cheered on the team, of course. We want the team to win, and it didn't turn out so well. So the other part was Livy made it to her finals game, went undefeated. Her semifinal game, she beat a really, really good team, that had been killing everybody before, like 7-0, 6-0, and then Livy's team beat them 2-1 in the semifinals.
Oh my gosh.
And these
it was
girls
the
were giants.
most intense
These
game.
girls
And
were
they
giants.
were good. They were really good. And our
good.
girls, man, they were
fought,
on
man.
fire. Like I was like, wow, the potential of this team is so
they were smaller, but
high.
they were like
little beasts.
Like they are there on every ball.
They won like all. Anyways, we're getting too.
Anyways, so they won the semifinal game. Great, that was a good sweep. They went to the finals. They were clearly the better team. They held possession more. They shot the ball more.
They did not play as well as they did during that semifinal game.
But they should have. They should have won.
Yeah, I think
and the other team also scored 2 goals in the last few minutes.
Like the last 10, probably.
And they won 3-2. So they were up. Livy's team was up 2-1. And then the last, I swear it was probably 5 minutes.
No, it was 10. We looked at the clock.
Okay. Anyways, but I was just like, they just let them score twice and went up 3-2 against Livy's team. And
then we lost. But hopefully we face them again,
Yeah. So that was heartbreaking. But it was an overall good first tournament, but.
It was a good one, but let me tell you some like this is what I love about sports. I'm more interested in building character than I am in having a winning child. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more interested in who she becomes because of all of this than I am her, just winning or her team or whatever. And what I mean by that is like sometimes the losses and the failures lead to a better strength in character, right? So like with Emily in particular, we've had so many conversations with her, and it's kind of like a similar conversation we have with her because we know with this child in particular that she has potential to be so great. But the struggle is she doesn't show up all the time in that way, like sometimes we get and we termed it, okay? So I was talking to her. This same daughter, okay? I don't know if we probably didn't talk about this on the podcast. When she went to her first day of tryouts in this new place, new club, new state, right? She kind of has a little social anxiety and she's slower to warm up. And because of that, she doesn't play her best because she's a little lacks confidence. And so she doesn't body up and she's not as aggressive. And she really is kind of more timid as she plays. And so the first day of tryouts, that's the Emily version we got. We got the timid version. And afterwards, I'm talking to the coach, and the coach is like, you know what? She should probably just go try for another team. Kind of hinting towards like, yeah, I don't think we want her. Okay. And he said that in front of her. And And of course, she's just in tears. But I also think it was kind of good for her to hear because I'm like, we had a conversation then, and I was like, Emily, I know you're good enough, and you know you're good enough, but he doesn't know that. So you got to show him if you want this. Like, it's up to you. We can try another tryout, or you can come back stronger tomorrow. And she is like, no, I want to show him.
Well, the other thing is like we try to make her feel like, look, it's not a bad thing to start on a lower team. Like,
yeah, like if
we
you
try
get
to reassure
put lower,
like it's okay.
Fine. It's
you
still going to be fine.
You can work your way back up. Like we didn't want her to feel like she needed to make the top team.
Yeah, because we don't care.
You know?
In the end, like we just want what's best for her development, right? And so sometimes that is the higher team, but it's good for her to have to prove herself sometimes. And so the next day, she was in tears. She felt like she wasn't a good player in all of this. And then the next day of tryouts, she came out with vengeance and she showed up the way we know she can. Like, and was solid the whole tryout. Like, she was fighting, she was aggressive, she won most of the balls. Like, if it got past her, she'd hurry and get it back. Like, she was on fire. Okay. So then after that tryout, her coaches came and talked to me and they're like, look, we kind of already offered everybody spots, but if anyone declines, she's the first on our list. Like, she showed us today.
She was a different girl.
She was a different version of herself. We see it now and we want her, you know?
Yeah.
And Emily just needed to hear that. Even if at the end of the day she never got offered a spot, you know?
Yeah.
It was like, and they were also impressed with the fact that she was determined to come back and show them and prove herself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've had this conversation.
She cried about it, but she was like, I'm still
She cried about it, but she did internalize it.
She internalized it
and came back stronger.
Said, I'm going to come back. I don't want to settle for lower. I still want to aim high.
I want this team.
I want to aim high. So,
and we didn't know that they had offered pretty much everybody the first day. So like, but we still, without knowing, we just were like, we know that could have happened, but we're still going to show up and do this tryout. So they were impressed by that, right? Well, unfortunately, the way she is she's kind of like, sometimes she gets first tryout Emily and sometimes it's second day tryout Emily, you know? So I was talking to her about that after this game in particular. I was like, Emily, you still have something to prove on this team. You know, you still have something to prove. Every game, every practice, you have something to prove. And we need second tryout Emily. We need second day tryout Emily. And not first day tryout Emily. And if first day tryout Emily shows up, we need her to go. We need second day tryout Emily, you know? So we kind of like put it in that. And I think that clicked for her a little bit because of that experience. So today at practice, she was working hard. But I went into her room after I put her to bed at night. And she had these, did you see it?
Yeah.
She had these sticky notes that she had made for herself. And she had like positive affirmations, like 100%. Work hard, like whatever she had on it. Be aggressive. Everything we kind of were telling her that she could work on, right? And we also make sure to compliment her. Like, we also make sure that she knows, like, you know, like she can do this, and we've seen it, and we wouldn't be telling her if we didn't believe she could, you know. Mm-hmm. Anyways, one of the things she put on there was second tryout Emily.
Second day
tryout Emily.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that really clicked with her. And so we have this other tournament starting tomorrow. And I really hope second day tryout Emily shows up, you know, because I was like, you got to show your coaches. If you want to be on this team, if you want playing time, you got to prove that you want to be there on that field, you know? Yeah. And these are life lessons. Like, life sometimes is hard. Like, you're not always going to get the job you want. You're not always going to be able to like make the audition that you audition for. And what are you going to do with that? Is it going to make you work harder?
Even if you work your hardest, you're not always going to get what you want.
Yeah.
Right. But working your hardest is, I mean, and that's what we emphasize to Olivia and Emily all the time is like, look, we don't care if you win. We don't care if you make the top team. All we care about is that you are giving your best effort. And what makes us upset is if we can tell you're not giving your best effort.
Well, and I also like put it in the context of like, at that point, you're letting your team down and you should be off the field. Every time you're on that field, you need to be giving 100%. That's what we care about.
Yeah, and if they lose a game, lose a tournament,
then who
but
cares?
we could tell they gave it everything they had.
That's all you can do.
We are still so happy.
Yeah,
and
all you can do is do your best.
Right, and you're right. It is life lessons. You can work. Hard work isn't everything. You don't become successful just by working hard, right? It doesn't always turn out that way, but for sure you're going to have a higher chance of failing if you don't work hard, right? So
yeah, and I think like what we said, like sometimes the lesson is learned in the failure, right? Like, but I would also say like if you're consistently getting up, keep trying, keep working hard, you will be successful. I'd say you will be successful, and maybe that success is defined in certain different ways, maybe different than you expected, but I'd say that is success in life because you're becoming the best version of you. If you have that grit and determination to continue working hard and to keep going, you will be successful in life, even if that success looks differently than you had originally planned. Mm-hmm. So good lessons in sports, and that's why we like it. We also did like a podcast, if you missed it, more on sports.
But we're obviously huge advocates for putting your kids in something, and sports, an opportunity for them to have to work for something and work hard at it, whatever that is. Sports is just the way that we're doing it with at least Living Emily and Ruby in dance,
Yeah, so. Ruby's just starting out in competitive dance, so.
And she's already showing hard work, man. That little girl, she's determined.
She's determined.
Yeah, so that's great for us as parents to see.
Yeah, she just loves it too. So it'll be fun to follow her. Okay, I haven't shared my salty.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, and then we're almost done. Then we're done. So, 30 minutes.
Sir? Okay. My salty, it's quick. It's just our baby was like fevering. She was so hot for like 3 days. And then we finally took her into urgent care while we were in Park City. So we were staying away from home for the soccer tournament. And we went to urgent care and found out she had like a really bad double ear infection. And it was just good to know. And then we got her on some medicine like that night. And literally the next day, she didn't have a fever anymore. So that was a big relief because she was starting to make me really nervous. So I was just stressed with all the soccer things and then dealing with this baby who was so sad and so sick. She had never had that before. And you could just tell she was miserable, which is always hard, especially when they can't communicate.
You were dragging her along to soccer games.
Yeah, she couldn't get like a good nap in and she just was in pain.
Yeah, poor girl.
Poor girl. But so that was my salty.
We kind of thought it was teething, like this fever will break. She's just teething. We'll give her
but it never got better. And she didn't feel better with medicine either. No. Like she just was so sad. So now she's back. She's starting to come back to her normal self. And she's great. So funny. So we're happy about that. All right. Welcome to our next segment called Wait. Well, you're supposed to do it with me. Oh. Welcome to our... Okay.
You said wait, and I was like, that's interesting.
Oh, okay. That's how you want to do it. We've never done that. Why would I just assume?
I don't always start with wait. I just come in. We can still say that's interesting together.
Okay, welcome to our next segment called Wait.
That's interesting.
All right. Do you have one?
No, but it's because we don't have time. So just share yours.
Okay, mine's pretty good. There's this girl on Instagram that is one of my new favorite people to follow. She is a neuroscientist, and her handle is M on the brain. Okay, and she shares some like facts dealing with your brain. She said, "Did you know?" So this isn't a direct quote. Okay, don't take it like it is. I just wrote it down so I could regurgitate. She said, being vanilla will never make you successful. And I was like, wait, what's that? But her point is trying to just subdue like your personality to please everybody will not make you successful. Okay. Your brain is more likely to remember something that stands out, which is called the von Restorff effect. Things that are more distinctive than everything else around them are more likely to get stored in your memory, which makes sense, right? Something that's a little different, a little unique is more likely to be stored in your memory long term, right? So she applies this to people. She's saying being vanilla or just trying to subdue your personality to fit the mold, right, will not help you be successful in life, because people will remember you better if you're yourself, if you're more authentic, if you're more unique, if you have character and personality, right? So she said, don't remove what makes you interesting. So I thought of an example of Livy's soccer tournament. So kind of what you were saying about meeting people is, there was this one mom that I met at the soccer tournament, and she was so funny because she came over to me and she was like, "Oh man, this game is so stressful," and I was like caught off guard because first of all, she's talking to me like we're besties, which I appreciated because I probably just met her yesterday and
The day before.
the day before. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I probably just met her like the day before. She's already talking to me like we're buddies, and she's like bumping me with her elbow,
Yeah.
and she's like, this game's crazy. I was like, yeah, it's so crazy. But I was like, where'd you go from? Like, she just like came over to me. Anyways, and then so Ruben's parents got to come. So that was another sweet, is like we live close enough now where family can come and see these games sometimes a little bit easier. I mean, it's still a journey, but that was so nice of your parents to come. So there's me. There's this lady who came in between me and Ruben's mom. And so my mother-in-law is standing here, and then she squeezed in and she's like, this game is insane. I'm like, I know. Anyways, and then she starts like grabbing your mom. She was like shaking her. And your mom's like, oh, hello. Like, who is this lady, Anyways, it made me think of, there's these reels that I've seen on my feed periodically on Instagram. And it's like, you thought you weirded me out, but actually you just weirded me in. And I was like, that's exactly what this lady did. She just weirded me in. I was like, I was like, oh no, she's like, oh, sorry. Is this grandma? What do you call her? Grandma, mama, like whatever. She just like said all these names. And I was like, oh yeah, you can call her grandma. She likes it. She likes to be touched. She was like, okay, hi. Like she just was so funny. And I was just like, girl, I'm here for it.
Good positive energy.
Good positive energy and authentic energy, I was just like, so it made me think of this reel because I had seen this like a few days prior. And she definitely stands out. She's one of the parents that stands out to me, because she genuinely was just like herself. She was distinctive and unique.
Not afraid.
Yeah, not afraid to just like be buddies on day 2. And I was like, yeah, I think we're going to get along. So anyways, that was my
see that. I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, your mom
but
looked
she
a little
even
scared.
came up to me and was like, she
Grabbing
grabbed my arm.
A little bit touchy of her person.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, whoa, But I was like, man, this lady's really friendly. Like,
she's really friendly.
Got a lot of energy. And
yeah, so she'll probably be on our podcast next. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't even know her name.
I can't even remember her name.
Oh, shoot.
I can't even remember her name. But I was here for it. I was like, I think we're going to be friends. So anyways, that was my wait. That's interesting.
That's good.
Don't subdue your personality.
I feel like I'm probably someone to, I'm not very out there, obviously,
Yeah. But that's also your personality.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it'd almost be weird if you were.
Yeah, I don't like to force anything. I don't like to.
But that's not what she's saying. She's saying don't force something.
No, I know. But also at the same time, like it is harder for me to just come out and be
like yourself,
buddy,
a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could do better at that, of just trying to be more comfortable and less self-conscious about.
Do you feel self-conscious?
Sometimes, yeah.
I act not self-conscious, and then I go home and regret everything I said or did. That's what I do. So, anyways,
I just feel like if I don't talk as much, then people don't know how,
yeah,
it's
that's
like
probably a safer way to go, but
there's,
less memorable.
mystery and not knowing
Oh,
much about me.
oh, yeah. That's kind of nice.
So my goal is to just
well,
not
and she
talk
said
too
in
much.
her reel. I also reshared this reel for those of you who want to hear it. She said in her reel, like people's argument is like, yeah, but like then like we're not for everybody, and it's like that's the point. You're not supposed to be for everybody. You're supposed to find your people, and you can only do that if you're yourself. You know. She's
Yeah.
like, you're not supposed to be for everybody. So just be genuinely you. You'll be memorable and the right people will be gravitated towards you.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good thought. And something that I'm like, oh, I should show my kids that. Unfortunately, that just comes with like growing up. They become a little more self-conscious of like what people are thinking of them and all the things.
Yeah.
But it's good to just be yourself. And not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our topic. We got 5 minutes left.
Ruben,
talk about
stop
this.
that. Can you stop doing that? You're going to make people stop listening.
It's a joke.
I know. They're going to be like,
It's a
oh
joke.
my gosh, they've been rambling on.
All right, we're talking about pet peeves. I'll start.
Did you have something you want to get off your chest?
Our main topic, what we're going to speak about, is pet peeves. Things that bug us.
We felt like complaining.
Pet peeves about, in general, in society, with each other, with our kids, whatever.
Just pet peeves.
Just pet peeves in general. So
we just felt like
get to know us a
today.
little bit more, about what makes us.
Honestly, I don't even know how we decided that this would be a great topic because maybe it's not. But
we'd love to hear your pet peeves too.
We'd love to hear your pet peeves.
Yeah, I'd love to hear like people's weird pet peeves, like maybe like not normal, because a lot of pet peeves are like pet peeves for a lot of everybody.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of common ones, but there's probably some weird ones out there.
Like people staring at them in their eyes.
Why does that bother you? But maybe just some weird things bother you, and that's just how you are. So be who you are. Let things bother you.
Be who you are. Don't be vanilla.
Okay, I'll start with one. One of my pet peeves. I think I've mentioned this before, maybe not in a podcast, and I don't want people to feel like if they do this, it's a bad thing.
People are going to start tiptoeing around us.
It's not a bad thing. Like, I'm still fine. Like, it's not like going to make me angry that if you do this. But one of my pet peeves, I feel like, is when people call me buddy.
Oh, I just said buddy. I just said that girl was my buddy.
Well, you say my buddy, but when you say like, hey buddy, or like,
you don't like that. Why? How does it make you feel?
That's just I just feel like you say buddy to like a kid.
A little kid. So you feel like it's like, do you feel like it's like demeaning?
Demeaning.
A little bit.
I genuinely don't think that they mean it that way.
Mm-hmm.
The people that do this. But in like in my mind too, I kind of feel like
they look down on you.
Or I think about that, like, what do you think about like
they look down on you kind of?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit, or like I'm a kid to them, or when really maybe to them it's like bro, okay. It's like thanks bro, like that's not demeaning to me, like bros, right. We're on the same
they
level.
May use that all the time, but to you it's like
right. But like I know some people that use it all the time, like, and I think they mean it as like bro,
but it makes you overthink it.
It makes me overthink it. Or they're like, thanks buddy, like yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a normal one. I feel like a lot of people have said that before.
I was gonna say on that note, maybe the girl version of that is sweetie. Like, sweetie. Oh, sweetie. Like it kind of feels degrading.
Yeah, I can see that.
A little bit. I said sweetie one time to my sister, which was weird, but it's like I had been just talking to my daughter, so it just like came out and she was like offended by it.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's probably like similar. Like
yeah.
Sweetie.
I'd say that's similar. Yeah. Yeah.
And I can see that. Okay, should we just like go take turns?
I didn't have mine written down, so
I
you
know,
just
but maybe it'll
okay.
help you think of something. Okay. Oh, do you know what? Okay, this is one I wrote down that I don't like. Is I don't like people who gatekeep things. Or I don't like people. That sounds wrong. I don't like when
When people
I don't
keep
like
things.
yeah. Sorry, correction. I don't like when people gatekeep things. It feels weird to me. Like, why are you not
Share the
telling me?
love.
Yeah, and
Share
I
the
think this
knowledge.
also comes from like I guess I'm a quote unquote influencer, you know? So to me that's like that's what you do. You share. You share with people. Where'd you get that? You share, you know? And I find it weird when people are like not telling you where they got something if you asked. Like, I think that's weird. Or
Hmm? I
like if you ask, like, oh, those pants are so cute. Where'd you get them? And they genuinely may not know, but like there are times when you ask the same person similar questions and they never know. You know they're gatekeeping. You know they actually know and they're just not wanting to tell you. Like they want to be unique or something and they don't want you to get the same thing. But like I just don't like gatekeeping in general. Like if I'm like asking for information or like something or where'd you learn that? Where'd you hear that? I just feel like some people like are purposely gatekeeping that information from you. And I hate that.
oh well, that made me think of another one. When people hint at something that they know but say they can't share it.
Yes.
And then they just
It's like,
it's
don't
like
hint at it
it's like
then.
they want you to know that they know something, but they want you to also know that they can't say anything about it.
Yeah. It also
It's
just
like
feels like, I almost feel like that feels rude. Like,
it's like then why did you say anything in the first
now I
place?
just feel left out. Like, what is this?
It's like yeah, I know something. I know this thing, but
Yeah,
I can't share it.
especially
I told
among
them I couldn't say
especially
anything.
among my sisters. Okay. My sister's like, oh, so my other sister told me this. And I'm like, well, why can't I know? Like, it makes me so
Well, the
mad.
thing is, if you were told, if you
Not
were
to say
not to say
anything.
anything,
Just
don't
don't
say
say
anything.
anything.
Don't even say that you know something
Don't
but
like
can't
hint
say anything.
towards
Like
it.
don't hint. Like if you're a true, real good secret keeper,
Hmm.
then you just never say anything. And you don't need, because I feel like some people that aren't good at keeping secrets, they get satisfaction in having other people know that they know things that they
Yeah.
can't say.
Which is,
you know,
yes,
it's kind of weird,
it's
but
kind of weird. Yes.
it's like
Is that yours?
if you tell me you know something, I'm gonna dig and I'm gonna find out, and you're gonna break.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
break you. I'm gonna find out because I know deep down those people also they want to share it. They just act like they can't share it, but they deep down they want to
This
gossip.
feels this feels like a personal attack
I'm not
because
about
no, wait, because genuinely, listen, every time I try to surprise Ruben, I cannot. But part of it is you're freaking digging. It's this exact thing. Is you're like, oh, you're doing something. Ooh, you don't want me to know this thing. I'm gonna find out this thing. That's exactly what you're doing. Do you just hate surprises? I know I'm
I
not like
don't
talking in a gossiping, but I feel like you still dig in this same sense.
I'm
It's because I like doing something that you don't know or I want to keep from you. But like maybe you've heard things or like hinted towards something. So like I'm planning something, I'm doing something, and then you like dig until you figure it out. Which is just rude at that point. Like just let me surprise you.
yeah. I don't know. I still like surprises, but I also like digging. So also if you have a secret you're supposed to keep,
Don't tell Ruben.
don't come around me, and don't hint that you know something because I will find out.
I will find out. Okay, that was a crazy one. Was that yours? Okay. Right before we came down here, um, Ruben hugged me and then he burped like in my face.
I just drank a soda.
That's disgusting.
I had to get it out.
Burping is one of my pet peeves. Like it honestly feels worse than farting. Like, it's just disgusting.
No, it's
It
not.
seems grosser to me. I feel like everybody has to pass gas. I feel like burping is almost intentional. Like,
What?
you're just being gross.
No,
Sometimes
no,
it like
no.
comes up. Don't get me wrong. But then like other times I feel like it's like exaggerated and gross. And you don't like, if you burp, you have to say excuse me. If you do not say excuse me after you burp, that is so gross. And you hardly ever do.
I say excuse me.
No, and like at the dinner table. And I'm like, ew.
Okay. Maybe I'm not good at saying it at home, but I say it when we're with people.
Well, that's a relief because that's disgusting. That's one of my pet peeves.
Burping? Okay.
Burping. I think that's so gross.
That doesn't mean I won't stop. I'll stop doing it.
Doesn't mean
If I have gas in my chest, in my stomach, then I'll go.
That's my point exactly.
You have to get it out. It feels uncomfortable.
That is so gross.
It feels uncomfortable. So
you also force yourself to fart.
It's a fart. I don't force myself to fart.
Yes, you do. You literally hunch over the couch.
Sometimes you got to put your body in good angles, okay?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, enough of this.
When you do something
next.
obvious, that is so gross. Okay, it's your turn.
Another pet peeve is over dramatization or exaggeration.
Which is ironic because you're married to me.
That's one of mine with you too. So it's a combination. Not just with you, but
man, whatever. When we did it,
maybe,
you loved all my stories.
And maybe, and I get that I'm also on the opposite end where I downplay a lot of things.
Like yeah, you do. You downplay a lot. I think that's a pet peeve of mine, actually. The opposite.
Yeah.
Is that you like don't tell a story how it was. And maybe
I tell the basics to get,
and maybe I tell too good of a story.
You make it seem like
I'm not
it was
lying.
way worse than it was.
I'm not lying. In my mind, that's how it went. Like, that's how it was.
Like, we'll be talking to someone and she'll be telling a story and I'll be like, in my mind, like, oh, well, it was not that crazy.
In your mind. Thankfully, in his mind, because he's learned his lesson after like, he's called me out in public a few times. Because I genuinely am not. I'm not trying. Okay. I'm not trying to exaggerate. I'm not trying to like fib or whatever. And like this also, okay, it's just different personalities because you're so literal, right? When I'm like, it was like 1,000 miles away. You're like, not 1,000. It was like 5. I'm like, ew. Like, bro, they know it was not 1,000 miles. It's just like how people tell stories sometimes. What example are you even giving?
That's not even
That's
a real
made up example. But literally, it's the same type of thing. You're so literal. So when I tell a story, particularly in front of people, like you correct me in front of people like that, and I'm just like, that's another pet peeve of mine. Man, it was just I was speaking generally, and then we started attacking each other. But listen, this is a pet peeve of mine. Is if you correct me in front of someone, like correct me privately, and I feel like you've gotten better at that. But correct me privately.
Sometimes I forget to do it, so I just need to do it in the moment before I forget.
I wasn't trying, and like they know, like. It was not 1,000 miles.
No, but that's a bad example. That's a bad example.
No, because that's how it is.
No. Sometimes you actually say things. No. Yeah.
I'm not like trying to lie. You make me sound like I'm
but
lying.
It's so dramatized that it is a lie. So I have to be like,
no, it's not. You're just so literal.
No. It wasn't even things like, you don't say like this. It's like you say it as if it was this.
It was 1,000 miles away. And you're like, no, it was 5. I'm like, okay.
Okay, that's a bad example. We don't even know what you're talking about. Then.
Well, I'm just saying.
So anyways, that's one of my pet peeves. I feel like is when, people make things more dramatic than it actually is. And, try to tell a story and paint a picture in a way that maybe looks maybe make someone else look
See, and I'm here for
worse,
those type
or
of people. Those type of people, I'm like, yes, tell me. Tell me.
yeah, I'm just like, just tell me the actual story so I can make a, because I also understand too, there's bias, and there's way more bias in those people's
Like,
stories.
I get that. I have that, like, caveat in my brain, but at the same time,
Yeah,
I'm
but
here for
then
this story.
if you do
Like,
that, listen, if you do that all the time, if I know someone that does that all the time,
you
when
take
I
everything
hear
with
your
a grain of
story,
salt.
I'm like, okay,
You take it with a grain of salt.
there's definitely another opposite end to this,
Okay, I see
and
that for
so,
sure. For sure.
anyways, yeah,
It's not like
there
I
you go.
always do it, man. You're acting like people can't trust what I say now.
I'm not saying just you. And anyways, yeah, let's keep going.
What else do you have to say about that? Okay. A pet peeve of mine is arrogant people. It's a big pet peeve. If there's a person who just acts arrogant, it kind of feels belittling, kind of like what you were saying earlier, right? Like it feels like you're belittling everybody else around you. And I just don't. I don't get along well with people like that. I'd say. It's just not my vibe.
Arrogance.
Yeah, arrogance. And so if your personality is just a little more arrogant, it's harder for me a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a pet peeve of
That's
mine.
why you married me, because I'm the most humble person you know.
Well, not anymore. Not anymore.
That's a good one. I feel like that's maybe one of mine too. So, probably also going along with personality. One of my pet peeves is, and it's over time, it's not become one of my pet peeves. Okay, so here's what it is: people that are fake.
Yeah.
Or like put on a show.
Okay.
Or like seek attention.
Okay.
All the time, or try to, and I know you just talked about like being yourself, but I think there's a point to where it's not themselves. Like they're definitely putting on a show.
Yeah,
or
like too much
of a show. I feel like that was more of a pet peeve of mine early on, but then over time I've also realized that those people are usually the most insecure.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so you've given them a lot of grace.
I've given a lot of grace and been like, okay, this person is just overcompensating for some of their insecurities usually. And so it doesn't bother me as much because I know that.
Yes.
And I can tell that more easily now. But before it was kind of like, oh, this is kind of awkward. Like this person is just trying
too hard.
Trying to steal all the attention, trying to, make it all about them, And so, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't. Well, I mean, fake does bother me, yes, but I feel like I always have kind of that perception in my mind too. Is like I just feel like they're overcompensating for something, or like they're insecure, or sometimes like I have met some people who their personality comes across as fake, but genuinely that's their personality. Like I've also met those kind of people too. It's actually just who they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just talk like that, or I've also met those kind of people, and so I feel like with a lot of people ones, right? Like the more you get to know somebody, the more you understand them, the more you can have empathy, give them grace, love them. You may not like them, but like you can understand why they are the way that they are, and then it's less annoying in that way because you're like, okay, I may not agree or I may not get along with that, but I can see why you do these things,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that just shows maturity, babe. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. You're so grown.
I'm so grown.
You're so grown. Okay. What I wrote down. I get so annoyed by people, who walk slow in front of other people. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's particularly when you're blocking the path. If you're walking slow and you're leaving a space for somebody to pass you, then walk slow. Take your time. And I'm like, maybe this is more a reflection on me and my personality where I'm kind of like a little go, 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 you know? But people who walk slow and especially make it so you cannot pass them is so annoying to me. That is a huge pet peeve.
It's like slow drivers in the fast lane.
Exactly. I wrote that one down too. That also bothers me. Like, why are you in this lane? Get over. Like, you're just making it worse for everybody else around. And I actually saw that statistically, that's one of the biggest causes of rage. What's that called?
Rage.
Road rage. Road rage. Statistically, that's one of the biggest causes of road rage is if you're a slow driver driving in the left lane, like the fast lane.
Yeah.
Because
I can see it.
It's everybody's
Makes
pet
me
peeve.
mad.
You know, especially people who are like fast, like walkers or whatever, or driver. Like, just don't block that for people. If you're slow, that's fine. Just go
like
where you
at
belong.
The airport on the little moving sidewalk thing, whatever it's called. Is it an escalator?
Yeah,
is it called an escalator if it's flat?
No.
That thing. You know, if you're in the B
there's
gates,
a name, but I can't think
Salt
of it.
Lake City Airport, if you know, you know. You go under there and there's these moving sidewalk things, basically.
Yes.
So you can, to me, it's like, oh, so I can walk faster and move faster, but
Yes.
still be walking fast.
Yeah.
But some people take it as, oh, I'm going to stand
Place
there.
to rest.
I'm just going to sit there and stand on it.
And let it
and
walk
just
for
let
me.
it move me. And I'm like, and they just block the whole thing, so you can't even get past it.
Yeah, like go to the side.
Like just move over.
You
so
can
I
be
can
on
walk.
it. Just move to the side.
The goal of it is to just walk faster than you would on a
But
regular
is that
floor.
the goal, or is it to give people breaks? Like an escalator. Is it the purpose to move faster or to let it take you?
It could be both, but just get out of the way.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
move.
Just stop blocking the path, okay? So people can't pass you. That's annoying. All right, what about yours?
If we're going with like car ones, I think another one would be people who walk across the crosswalk.
Yes, slowly.
And it's not even that they have anything like they're not like with a walker or cane or something.
There's no reason.
They're just strolling, like.
And especially when the light is like, first of all, a stop sign. Okay,
Stop
that one.
Yeah.
A stop sign. Hurry up. We're waiting for you.
Or they're
clearly.
on their phone walking across the street, like just.
Yeah.
Not even.
It
acknowledging that people are sitting there waiting for them to get all the way across so we can
go. Or like
go.
the light is like turning green and they're still walking.
Yeah.
It's like the light is now green and the hand is now like this. Okay. That means you're supposed to be done. You're supposed to be done walking. Yeah, that one's annoying. Oh, you know what? Ironically, another one I had on my list is when people demand things without asking nicely, which, first of all, is just triggering with children because, especially a 3-year-old, she demands things all the time and never asks nicely. But the other thing is tonight, Ruben went on a walk and he just texted me, shut the garage. And I was like, please? Like, can you ask nicely? I actually genuinely forgot to shut it, but he came home and he's like, you didn't shut the garage. And I was just like, you didn't say please. I hate that. Just ask nicely. It's like, pass this.
Sorry.
It's like, please. Like, when it's like you're at the dinner table, it's like, pass the potatoes. It's like, please. Mm-hmm. Just say things nicer.
I do.
Man, normally. Ruben needs to work on that. I was just in
a rush. Sorry. I should have said please.
Because I just feel like people demand things of me all day at my home.
Okay. Another one. I got another one.
Okay.
Bad customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know. We talked about that already
on
our last
one. Ruben and I did not appreciate that.
But even just going up to a counter to like order something or do something and they don't smile. They don't like.
They don't. First of all, when they don't acknowledge your presence,
they don't acknowledge you, or
my gosh,
just. And I also try to understand that people are having bad days, or
No,
or
I
that
don't give him any grace in this situation.
like I'm like maybe something
Just
happened.
kidding.
Maybe they just didn't get good training, and I honestly feel like when there's bad customer service, it's not just their fault; it's management's fault. Like
100%, because they're also not correcting it.
they're not training these people. They're not
Mm-hmm.
obviously teaching them, and or trying to promote like a better culture in their workplace. So I feel like you know and even when I go up and I'm like, oh, thank you, like, and I'm trying to be like extra nice,
Extra.
and they're just
And they
like
don't
not
return it.
reciprocating. It's like, geez,
Yeah.
that's man, like, come on.
Well,
Like,
I have an example of this too, because we came to Utah. We were in a hotel. We were kind of like figuring out where we maybe would want to live here. And we went to a sushi restaurant. And first of all, it took us like a long time to get our food. And the waiter, like, she wasn't like mean, but she just didn't really check on us very often, Like, she didn't like check to see if our waters needed to be refilled or just anything. Like, she wasn't telling us, like, oh, sorry about the wait. Like, nothing. There was just no communication there, no touch base. But when there's bad customer service, for other people, it bothers me too. Like, there was this guy who came in waiting for somebody to acknowledge his presence at the front. So we were sitting at a table, and he came into this restaurant and was like waiting. I don't know if he was waiting for a DoorDash or order, or if he was waiting to be like acknowledged and sit down. But like, he was by himself. He was sitting there waiting. And I was like feeling mad for him because nobody acknowledged him. And our server like was walking around, like nobody took the time to look him in the eyes and be like, oh, sorry, we'll be with you in 1 minute. Like, none of that. And it made me, honestly, that whole experience, because it bothers me so much. The food, actually, I thought was pretty good. I thought the food was pretty good, but it took us like, I don't know, 30 minutes at least to get it after we had sat down. Maybe longer than that.
no, after we ordered it.
After we ordered it. Yes, after we ordered it, took like at least 30 minutes to get it.
Or longer.
Or
Actually.
longer.
Yeah.
And we have little kids. Like, that's the other thing. Good customer service will like oftentimes bring you like even the edamame or like just some appetizers for the kids or just, something. And I just feel like there wasn't any of that. But then when I saw how they treated this person, like, I understand things get slow and like there's only so much you can do. But when I saw that this guy came in and nobody acknowledged him, that made me, but that and our situation made me not want to go back there, which is unfortunate because I thought the food was pretty good. But I was like, I don't want to go back and wait an hour. Like, and I also don't want to go back and have nobody acknowledge me. Like, it kind of made me not want to go back. I'd probably give it another try, but it makes me not really want to go back there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's bad customer service. It's also, that part of the pet peeve for me is just not caring about
People.
the work you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like just showing a lack of care for what you're doing. Like just
It's like, I'm just here.
yeah, and it's not necessarily like I think, and I really it's not necessarily that I think I deserve like to be treated whatever a certain way.
Yeah, I don't think it's like an entitled thing.
It's really just like a lack of I don't know.
Just like basic customer service.
Yeah, like I get that maybe you don't like this job, but I feel like you should never act that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get people have bad days, but with the restaurant in particular, it was the whole restaurant, right? It wasn't just our server. It was like nobody acknowledged this person. Not the cooks, not other servers. Nobody took initiative, And so that tells me more about like what we said, like that restaurant as a whole versus like this person could be having a bad day or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like that was now a company problem.
Yeah.
So a business problem. I don't know what you call those people. Business?
Yeah.
So, yes. Okay. Did you have another one? Oh, that was yours?
Yeah.
Is that mine? That was both of ours. Okay. Oh, Okay, this is a pet peeve for me with you, in particular. Other people, it bothers me too, but it bothers me more with somebody I'm close with, is not saying goodbye at the end of a phone conversation. Just like hanging up, like the audacity.
I say goodbye.
But I know, but occasionally you don't. And it bothers me so bad. I'm like, you have to say bye.
Okay.
You have to
I
say
do.
bye,
I say
love you,
bye.
bye. You know? And I'd just be like, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Beep. It ends sometimes with, okay. That bothers me. See, like, this is good for
Okay.
us because I don't know if you've heard all these things.
Talking on the phone about nothing.
You loved that when we were dating. You just wanted to listen to me fall asleep. Not anymore.
Yeah. Now I'm like, okay, let's get to the point. What are we calling about? Let's talk. Okay, done.
Yeah, and to your point, I also hate that. I also hate that, particularly when I'm trying to talk to you.
I don't-
Hey,
wait.
particularly when I'm trying, don't be defensive yet. Particularly when I'm trying to talk
No,
to
no,
you.
it's not even when you're
I'm not
trying to
done.
talk to me. It's
I'm not.
no, but I
Wait,
didn't
let me
finish
say.
mine.
Let me say. I hate when I'm trying to talk to you. I'm like telling you about our day and things like this happens a lot, especially when you're out of town. And I'm talking to you about like what's going on and I'm just spitting off. We all know RyLee can talk and you're not responding at all. It's me talking to a wall. That is not fun. And then I'm like, okay, bye. Because you have nothing to say to me. That's rude. I was trying to connect with you and you were not giving me anything back. Pet peeve. Now what's your defense? Now that I've said it.
I'm just not a big talker, especially over the phone.
Yeah, but when
You
you're
know,
gone for a week,
yeah, I mean that.
you
Yeah, I
have
do that.
to.
I do that when I'm out of town. I call and we sit on the phone for a long time and we talk while you're putting kids to bed. That's normal. That doesn't bother me. But sometimes it's like, let's just we just call and you're like, and then I'm like, okay, what's the point? Like, and maybe not even a phone call, but sometimes
First
like
of all, wait,
no, wait,
to your
stop. I'm not
defense,
done.
you don't
Sometimes
wait, to your defense. You don't say what's the point because if you did,
I
you'd be
don't
in
say
trouble.
no, but sometimes in your stories, sometimes there's too much like fluff, and I'm just like, okay, just get to the point. Just
You
tell
know
me
what?
the
That's what
point.
makes a good
Tell me
story.
the point.
Okay, we've been
Not
over
maybe it's
this.
not even a story, like you're just telling me something. But I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, just tell it to me. Like
But
let
this
me
is
include
part of
all
why
that
we
other
have this
stuff.
podcast because our
Just
conversations
get it.
are hard.
Just get there. Just go from here to here, not all the way around here.
That brings up another point is Ruben told me the other day that I had ADD. I was not aware of this, but I can see it in our conversation for sure. That's part of my ADD, probably. I'm just trying to like explain something to you. And you just need to give me a little more grace on that, okay? That's how my brain works.
Yeah, sometimes
And
you.
I'm just genuinely trying to connect with you. Like me talking is trying to connect with you.
Yeah, but I also probably one of my pet peeves about you is I feel like you could be a better listener.
It's true.
You talk a lot, but sometimes you don't. You don't listen. Like sometimes we'll be talking to other people, and you'll ask them a question, and
Don't out me like
and then I'm
this.
like, really, they already said the answer to what you just asked. Like, were you not listening?
No, genuinely, all of these videos about ADD going on, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have that. I actually was going to text my cousin and be like, what do you think? Because he pretty much diagnosed me with anxiety once. He has his PhD in psychology. Anyways, he's a therapist. And I was talking to him and I was like, I think I have a little anxiety. And he was like, you do. And I was like, okay. you know. And then the same thing with the ADD. I was talking to Ruben and I was like, you know what? Like a lot of these ADD reels have been going around or ADHD reels that have been going on. I feel like it just describes me. And so I said to Ruben, I was like, I think I might have like ADD or ADHD. And he's like, you do. And I was like, that's news to me. Like we've been together 13 years. You think you could have told me, you know? But I can see it mostly in my conversations with people because my brain's always thinking about the next thing.
Because your brain, and that's the other thing. In the middle of people talking, you interject with your thought.
Yeah.
Because it's like bad. In the moment you're thinking it, so you're going to say it.
See, listen, literally everybody is going to diagnose me with ADD. If they're fellow podcast listeners,
and that's
they're
actually,
like, yeah, we can actually tell.
That is actually one of my pet peeves, listening to you talk to other people. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, Riley, just let them finish. Let them finish their thought. Because sometimes you'll interject and then they don't finish their thought. But you interject like they'll say one part of their thought and then you interject with like your input on that specific part, but they had more to like share, but then they forgot what they were going to say because you said something. That's part of why I think you have ADD is because like as soon as something comes to your mind in what they say, you just shoot it into the conversation.
I know. It's a problem. No, genuinely, I feel like that's one of the biggest indicators is how I speak. I was talking to my sister. It actually made me a little emotional because I was telling her that I think I have ADD, right? And like I had shared that on Instagram and she probably saw it. But I was telling my sister, I was like, I think I have ADD and this is for multiple reasons, but like the conversation thing is a struggle for me, right? To the point where like I always felt like I was horrible at speaking. It's like an insecurity of mine, right? In middle school, in high school, whatever, I always felt like people stopped listening to me because I like overly explain things or like I overly talk, you know? And I always felt like it was like a bad thing, a weakness, you know? And I still do, right? Like there's still problems with it. But I was telling Tandy, oh, that's my sister. Anyways, I was telling her that it was hearing you say that you think I have that was like a light bulb moment for me because I'm like, oh, like I probably do because he said that, you know? And it actually was empowering for me to hear that. And I actually think I should just get a real diagnosis just to see. But it was actually empowering and I got emotional talking to her about it because it's always something I felt really bad about. Like sometimes it makes people think I'm being rude because I interrupt or something. And I feel sucky about it. Like I feel bad, you know, like it just happens sometimes. It just like comes out, you know, and I feel genuinely bad about it afterwards. And I know with my siblings, it's like bothered them. You know, I know they've been like annoyed by it or like offended by it, thinking I'm trying to make something about me. And I'm genuinely just trying to connect with people and carry on that conversation, you know? So hearing that that's probably what I have was actually empowering because it made me feel like, Riley, there's a reason why your brain operates the way that it does. And that's okay, you know, because I always felt so bad about it. And like I still do, like on the podcast, I'm working on it, but like clearly I still interrupt you a lot. And everybody who listens
I wasn't
knows
gonna say
this.
it, but
everybody who listens can tell. But I am trying to work on it. But I feel like knowing that I might have that makes me more aware of it, so I can try to like be more mindful of it and hone it in a little bit more. You know. Because my brain is literally just like, ooh, this and this and this and this, you know, when someone's telling me something.
Yes. Yeah, because they'll be telling a story and you're saying things like, oh, yeah. And then you're like, and then it's just like,
I just thought that was active listening.
I'm like, you don't need to talk, just listen. You don't need
Ruben's
to
like,
say
Ruben just
anything.
gives me the eyes like,
We just need a code word. I'll just say it, and then you'll just be like, snap out of it, you know?
yeah, just like, stop
But
talking.
also, if you're talking to Riley and you notice that she's interjecting herself into your conversation, just tell her. Just be like, wait, Riley, let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish my thought, and then you can tell us
Also,
your
just know,
thoughts.
like, I'm just enjoying this conversation. I'm just thoroughly enjoying it, and I have a lot of ideas within it.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's a totally bad thing. I think
I'm kind of fun.
you're just good
I'm
at.
just a little all over the place.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and
Well-
ironically, we have a podcast, so my list is pretty long. Like,
Oh dang. Gosh.
oh, okay. I have a couple other things.
Okay.
Loogies. People who hook loogies like publicly. Like, if it comes up and I need to spit it out, I like get a wipe and discreetly dispose of it in public. I know at home sometimes it goes in the sink, but like
I've seen some of your loogies.
we're talking about in public, okay? People who just have no shame and just hook loogie. Is it hook or hawk? What do you say that? How do you say that?
Hawk.
Hawk? No, it's not. That's weird.
Yeah, hawk a loogie.
No, huck a loogie.
Hug a loogie.
Huck. My
Huck?
voice is huck.
Huck a loogie. I don't know. Whatever. What is it?
People who do that in public are gross.
Well, I don't do that, so that's good.
That's good. Because I probably wouldn't have married you because that one is a big turnoff.
Okay.
Okay, another quick one. Multiple noises at once. Oh, we didn't even talk about our kids, but that's one with our kids.
Oh yeah.
Is like when we have a TV on in the background and then someone's yelling at the Alexa to play a song. Like that's overstimulating. I can't have multiple noises. We can have the TV or music. We cannot have both.
Saying, "Mom, mom, mom, mom."
Yeah, I can't. I can't do. I'm trying to talk, and then there's just yelling at me from the side.
I'd say the pet peeve of mine for the kids is them saying "mom, mom" or "dad, dad." While
They don't say "dad, dad."
They do. Jeez.
It's only mom, mom,
Yes, they
mom.
do.
Particularly
But while
when
we are
speaking.
talking to other people, and you know, I'm good at this. When the kids do that to you, I go and take them away from you.
You do well at that.
I do. I say, "Come here." When mom is talking to someone, you can't
Which I
interrupt
appreciate
her.
because I just ignore them. Just kidding. Sometimes I do talk to them. I'll stop and I'll say, "Mom's talking in 1 second." We talk to them, but still, and that comes with age. Right now, our 8-year-old's really bad at it, and our 3-year-old makes it hard for me to focus. Maybe that's part of my ADD. I don't know. People blowing their nose loudly in front of other people. Like, if you're gonna go, sometimes, like, okay, in a classroom setting, you're not supposed to leave the room, but you still go to like a corner and kind of be discreet about it. If you're just like, like, that's disgusting.
I don't
Did you
think that's
burp?
bad. No, I said, Jeez.
I just think it's gross. Like, gross things, people should just. What's that? We were watching the World Cup, and we were watching Holland or whatever his name is.
Holland?
Yeah, what's his
This
name?
is Holland.
Are you sure? I think Holland.
There's not another
There's two
H.
A's.
I know, but it's not Holland. There's not another H in there.
Whatever his name is. We were watching the World Cup and it zooms in on him and he's literally like blowing his nose. I was like, ugh.
He's also just not afraid to be himself.
No. And he is distinct. He's not vanilla. You remember him.
Yeah.
Because of that, people love him.
That's why people like him.
But there's some things that guy does that I'm like, ew. Like, so repulsed by.
I actually like him a lot just because he is
authentic himself.
and not like,
he's such a goofy guy.
He's just goofy.
I do too, and he stands
like
out, right?
Yeah.
But like when it zoomed in there, I was like so grossed out.
Yeah.
That was gross. Okay, I have one last one. My last one is people who are mean to elderly people. I don't, I almost like, I understand some elderly people are mean. Some elderly people are mean. But I also just feel like you can avoid those people kind of. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's some who are really bad. But I feel like, man, maybe it depends, like the dementia level. But like, I feel like people who treat elderly people poorly or like don't have patience for them is that frustrates me. I feel like that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be kind. Like, they're going through a lot right now. They're in a state of like enduring and struggle, and nobody's at their best when they feel sucky.
Yeah, and I think it's usually people that forget all that these people went through and have done,
Yeah.
through their life.
Yeah, like they've experienced a lot of life, and they're also talented, smart, people with all this
Yeah.
history, and they're treating them like I hate when if people treat elderly people like they're dumb, or like, what, there's a term
Yeah.
for that,
Yeah.
you know? I can't remember what the term is, but like there's a term for people who are basically just thinking all elderly people need to die.
What?
Okay, well, in that way, like it's like you've served your purpose, now leave, like kind of thing. Listen, I had this
Hmm.
acquaintance who genuinely felt like there was no purpose for boomers in the world anymore. That they should all die. They should all be gone now. And
What the heck?
yeah, and that's hard for me.
Interesting.
That's hard for me because I feel like that's not fair. And people have lived a lot of life and a different life. And I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just
and
hard
they
for me.
have cool stories. I mean, obviously, I work with seniors. I'm in senior healthcare,
Yeah.
geriatric population. So, and these are people like the best nurses and the best caregivers are the ones who understand that these people lived long lives and had amazing experiences, and if they are having difficult as an older person, there's usually a good reason for it. you
Yeah.
know Something they've experienced in their life or something they've gone through, and so just being able to have that empathy
Mm-hmm.
or sympathy empathy, I always mix
Empathy.
up the two, but just being able to have that empathy for them and knowing, like, having a real deep respect. I think that's also been a big thing for me growing up, especially in Polynesian culture. It's like there is a deep respect for elders,
Yeah.
for anyone older than you, actually, not just old people,
Yeah.
but
Like older
anyone,
siblings.
older siblings, your parents, just knowing that, like it's just in the culture that you respect your elders
Yeah.
and you respect the experience that they have over you. They've lived longer, so they've experienced more.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how smart or how successful
Successful.
you
Yeah.
become, your elders will always be above you.
Mm-hmm.
you know and you'll always look to them as people that are above you and that you should respect. So
But what would you say to, like, if there was somebody, maybe a family member or something, who's older than you, who is pretty like disrespectful towards you or your kids, or I don't know. Like,
I
I feel
mean,
like there's
if it's
nuances.
yeah, always yeah, there's nuances. If they were disrespectful to our kids, obviously we would just limit the amount of time that they spent around them. And I think there's still a respect aspect, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be around them as much. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it,
Yeah,
but
I'm just like, what would the culture say in that regard? Like it doesn't matter, they're your elders, or because like I'd say, like, boundaries are really healthy and good, right? Like what you said, like if they're disrespectful towards you and your kids, like there's got to be boundaries
yeah,
where,
there
I
just have
mean,
to
you
be
can be
boundaries.
respectful towards them, kind of, but respect is also earned.
Yeah, and I don't know how well. I mean, how well it's boundaries are necessarily taught in the culture,
Yeah.
in Polynesian culture. Definitely, there's probably more of like, yeah, definitely
Blanket
they're
statement
your
more so.
elders. Yeah, blanket statement. They're your elders. You need to respect them. But I think, especially just in modern day, like culture and stuff, there is more emphasis on like, yeah, of course, you got to have boundaries. You got to when you need to not surround yourself with certain people or you know, but
I'd say in society we've swung too far the other way. Like, so you've got like Tongan culture, say for example, on this side, that's like saying respect your elders, respect anybody who's older than you. And then society says opposite, that it's like do what's best for you, yourself and I, and it doesn't matter about anybody else. I feel like society kind of has swung too far this way, you know? And I think we've lost respect
or in an
and
appreciation
appreciation for
for those who
for
came before
others
us.
and those who come before us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think we've missed that. Like because people are like, "Oh, the old ways," right? Like, people in the old ways or whatever." And there's like that's not to say there weren't problems back in the day. Like there's not, and a change can be good, right? Like I'm all about more equal rights and all of those things that are happening and that people are fighting for. But that's not to say that we just don't listen to anything these our elders say because they're so old they don't get it today.
Yeah.
Like there's gotta be
Yeah.
like boundaries are good and change and progress is good within a healthy limit.
Yeah.
Like you still need to be respectful and like appreciative of like your ancestors and who and why you're here and how you're here and the progress of your family line and all the things.
And also understanding why they did the things they did with the things they
With the
knew at the time
resources that they had.
that they yeah.
Keeping in context, like that they lived a different time is huge. And I think if you have that mindset of like, okay, I just remember that they grew up in the 70s or the 60s or whatever, like keep that in mind, changes the way you view them. If you keep that in mind, then you're going to understand why they are the way that they are, why they say the things that they say, why all of those things, and then you can give that respect, right? But like even with our kids, so just like this generation, like us and our kids, I always tell the girls like, I respect you, but you have to respect me too. Like if you're not respectful of, because oftentimes like I'll ask my girls to do something. Okay, I'll ask the girls like, "Can you please clean the table?" For example, I'll say, "Can you please clean the table?" And I say it like 3 times, and they're not doing it. They're like doing other things. They're not cleaning the table, right? And then they're like, "Mom, can I have whatever? Can I have a drink? Can you get me a drink?" And that's where I just take those little moments to be like, I will listen to you if you listen to me. Like I can do that for you, but can you do what I asked you to do? Kind of thing.
Yeah. At the same time, too though is they can't. I feel at least they can't say the same thing back to you, right? Where they're saying, "I'll listen to you if you listen to me." I feel like
Okay.
that's disrespectful
Yes,
as a
yes, I see what you're saying.
as a kid,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like sometimes our kids do that sometimes, and they're like, when I say, "Oh, you're not listening," they're saying, "Oh, well, you don't listen to me," and I'm like, that's not the point. Like,
But I feel like there is a
I
point.
am your, but also I am your parent.
Yes.
You
Agreed.
can't say to me, "I'll listen to you only if you listen to me."
Yeah, but we
They
can't say
can't.
that. I don't think we can say that either. I don't think that's good for us to say either. Like in the parenting regard, like, yes, I'm your parent. I asked you to do something. You need to listen to what I asked you to do, and then you can come and talk to me. You can I'm open for a conversation. I tell them all the time, if you don't want to do something that I ask you to do right away, that's fair. Sometimes I don't want to do something right away if I'm in the middle of something, but you got to communicate that. You have to say, oh, can I just finish this one thing first and then I'll do it? Perfect. But we need to have that communication,
Yeah.
And I think I think too often and maybe it's gentle parenting is leading away from this, but I do think too often it's like, oh, we're the parent, we're the adult, we like deserve to be listened to while not giving that back. And I don't think that's okay either. I think children are people and they deserve to be listened to as well. Like we need to also show them what respect looks like while by also giving them respect. And that's not letting them do whatever they want. I'm not saying that, but is listening and having a conversation. Okay, I heard you, I hear you, but I need you to do this first. Like I think one of the things someone said to me once on Instagram, that which I feel like was one of the greatest compliments I've received in my life, and it was probably from a stranger, was one of the things that they said was something to the effect of like, I love that you speak to your children like adults. And what they meant by that was like just this, like I think it was more like the respect thing. Like we can have a conversation about this and then I hear you, I can go with you, or I may not agree with you, but I will listen to what you have to say. And I think that's modeling the behavior that they do deserve to be heard. They do deserve to be able to share what their thoughts and feelings are about something. And we should offer that respect of listening. But me modeling that also shows them what they should be doing with me in return. And if I'm just demanding it and not giving it, that's not a good example of what it should look like. Because then as they get older, they're just going to demand it. So I think there does have to be a level of like, yes, you respect your parents and you should be respectful of your parents and you should be respectful of your elders, but also we should be respectful. Yes. But also we should be respectful and listen to little people, like our kids deserve to be heard.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we first react or we like are annoyed at something they're doing, and then when they explain it to us, we see what they thought or we see why they did what they did. We see the disconnect. So if you just talk to them, then you don't get so like offended by it or frustrated with it or like feel like it's a lack of respect, because you can actually see where they're coming from. And I think that's an important part of parenting, is to offer that.
Great advice to end on. And it wasn't even a pet peeve. It was a good, positive parenting advice, which is what we talk about here on the R&R podcast, is parenting, marriage, and vent.
Have a little
tell you about our
vents.
pet peeves, so
now you all know
all
us
right, well,
very
thanks for listening to our 30-minute episode.
No, but actually
it was like an hour and a half. I knew
the same as what it always is.
I knew it.
My voice really does hurt. So. Unfortunately, we don't have a review to read. So if you could leave us a review, it'd be great, because we've capped out on our viewers.
5 stars only, please.
Yeah, because the other ones we're not going to read publicly. Well, that was a little bit about our pet peeves. Thanks for joining us for R&R Time with Ruben and RyLee. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye. They say this is a millennial thing.
A T for Tongan. You can go.
This is a W for white. Just kidding. Bye.
All right, bye.